Hello, hello, how's everybody doing? We're gonna start in a little while. I'm just gonna start in just a few seconds. I'm setting things up. I was sending the messages to let people know that the stream is on, and we're off. How's everybody doing? ¿Cómo andan? Si hablan español. It's all good. Game's looking good. What is it, April 24th? Yes, Friday. The last Friday. Technically, yeah, there's gonna be another Friday on May 1st, which is the actual final date and for the Game Jam. But the game's looking great already. There's a lot of good stuff. Yesterday, I managed to finish the implementation of HIP and their cleanup frames, and now I did a bit of tweaking after that. Let me show you. I'm testing a new background based on Funky's designs and the one we used with what was it? The Powerpuff Girls background. So this was the first one we used as placeholder. This was one of the that Funky originally made, but it was too busy, so it was hard to read. Then he came up with this one, and I just was testing like this in the middle ground, which is a bit of, I believe, the best of all three worlds, if you will, because it's based on the shapes from this one. It's based on the limited palette from this one, but it's using the palette from the Powerpuff Girls one. And I like the idea of the shapes being weird, and I think Funky does too, because we were talking about this off stream. But it's getting there. Needs a bit of work, but it's getting there. Either way, so we were looking at the Trello stuff that we can do right now. And there's a lot of bugs and some tweaking. Sounds weird saying it like that, but it's a tweaks that add polish and add improvements to the game that we already have. The game is looking great, honestly. It's like feeling very good. It's looking very well. Let's play a little bit. And yeah. And you can see how it is. I'm gonna try the new background so you folks can see. It's a bit flat, but it reads well, which is important. There we go. I need to do something about that noise. I have that written down. Okay, sure. Just testing some Z ordering, like in the Z axis. Got him. I also updated frames for I, because Funky did some minimal corrections that he wanted implemented for the character, and it's just there. They're better. I don't think the details are going to be noticeable on stream, probably on the build, when I make another build today. But other than that, like, you notice that the characters are more synchronized, the line art and the fill. We used to have like this offsetting that was doing weird stuff, and it didn't look very well. And now it looks cool. So yeah. And that's about it. So I'm going to go back. Probably what I'm gonna do is, let's see what we are needing in terms of bugs and stuff. Change noise, charge noise keeps going on, pause, back menu becomes too loud. Oh yes, it does. This is something that actually Entropy mentioned too, that the charge noise gets real loud. It's a cymbal roll, like the cymbals from a drum kit. I'm gonna try it on here. And you're gonna notice the problem immediately. So it's like, if you're listening, check this out. Which sounds rather cool. It's a cymbal roll, like in the drum kit. But it can be a bit overwhelming throughout the whole game if everybody's like doing full charge. So I'm probably gonna do is like reduce like make it shorter and reduce the amplification, like the volume, duh. And the issue is this. You see the symbol still rolling, even though I stop having inputs and stuff like that. That's the first bug. The second bug is it's not a bug. It's just a change that I have to do. It's like it's too loud, and that's it. I really like how the low pass filter makes music be muffled. Uh, Entropy's working on some more music, so the pause menu is just apparently gonna have like a whole. It's just gonna have music on its own. I still enjoy this effect, even if it stays or not within the game. But sure. Oh, we also did something that, and that's also a bug. Because I should be able to jump after that. It should be considered a release. And we also did a. Oh, this is. Is this okay? Yeah. So the anti-aliasing for the outline was improved. You can see it more. It's more obvious here. It used to be more pixelated, like on the HUD. It used to be more pixelated. So now it's better. And but yeah, I like how she bounces. Boing, boing, boing. The jump sound is okay. Should be more varied. Right now it's just a couple of sounds. It could be either way. Probably gonna do a little. I'm gonna write that down. Tweak jump noise could use variance in pitch, so it's not that repetitive. Yeah, that. So charge noise keeps going on pause back. There's a bug on release too. Bug charge after pause. I'm just gonna make it more generic. It's gonna be like issues with pause resume if any buttons were held. That's it. That's more generic, but it works. So the charge noise, I'm gonna first edit the charge noise. I'm gonna open our good friend Audacity, who has the audacity of being a good program. I got the last version that before they were, what was it? They were acquired by some Russian company. I don't know if you heard about that. It's like this weird thing going on with them. And this is the last build, or a couple of builds before they got acquired. People suspect it has spyware now. I mean, I get it. Just, it's a bit too much. So I know I had a symbol. I'm looking in my other screen. Symbol roll. There we go. Symbol roll. This is the symbol roll. What is it? It's coming up from. It's coming up from something else, like the Pro speakers. My headphones. There we go. Was it that one? That's the loud one. This is the loud one. I mean, this is cool, but it's too loud and too long. So the way I see it is I need, what is it, seconds? These are seconds. This needs to reach like within a second. Because the worst, at worst, you're having a second before you reach your top charge. So I would just try to get something like this, like nothing too long. And then I'm gonna shortwave this, as in reduce the volume. Why did I call it shortwave? I'm gonna do first, reduce the whole volume, tools, whatever, what is it? Effect, amplify, no. We're gonna go down, it's gonna be minus, let's start with -5. Should be around half. Yeah, that's fine. And then we're gonna do This is gonna be a fade in, and this is gonna be a fade out. That's it. And it should sound. It's okay. I'm gonna reduce the volume overall again. So amplify. It needs to just convey the idea of a cymbal roll. It doesn't have to dominate the sound space, otherwise it's gonna get real annoying real fast. So I'm gonna go export as MP3. It doesn't matter really, because once it's imported, it's gonna be, just gonna go cymbal roll. It's gonna be compressed into a web A or something. I don't know the format that it does, but it changes the format. And okay, cymbal roll, sure, whatever. We go back to the game, and right now is sounds. It's called charge, player charge. There we go. Jumps are just that. They should be called player jumps, because I did like housekeeping with the names, so they're all contextual. Jump just was left of jump. I should have changed that. And I should do the pitch bend for these, so they sound a bit different every now and then. I could do that with the charge too, or the character could have some weight into that. But that is a polish that it's not necessary right now. I'm gonna need this. Let's see if this works. So desktop, no. Downloads, no. Oh, it was kept here. It was bloop. Go Pogo. It's the old name. Assets. Where is it? What, did I put it here? Oh, I put it inside hip. Man, it's fine. It's okay. Okay, so the way. This is the old one. It's longer. Sounds louder. I don't think it's gonna make much of a change, if I'm being honest. It might become even more annoying now that I think about it, but hey, testing is what we're here for. So let's go. Let's go with show. Still sounds a bit loud. I'm probably gonna do something about it. I'm just gonna make it like, this is cool. It's gonna be even less. Let's go with that. Effect, amplify. It has to just be part of the whole thing, but not too dominant. So it's gonna be export as MP3, cymbal roll. Okay. And so I'm just gonna kill this one, and I'm gonna go with import sound. Why is it not letting me do it? Import sound. Oh, there we go. Probably was still loading. There we go. And player charge. No. You are gonna be, no, player charge is gonna die, and then we're gonna go player charge. There we go. Okay. Okay, that sounds better. I think it works. I'm gonna consider it done. Oh, I still have the actual bug. So the actual bug, let me see. So it's a short sound now. Can I be this nitpicky? I mean, it should stop. Do we need it to stop? Is it a polish thing? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna go When pausing, I'm gonna have like a specific thing. Where's the pause? Pause. Is it a... Yeah, it's fine. Let's pause. Where are you, baby? There we go. When I set the pause, I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a function. A specific function is gonna go pause. Sound stop. I'm just gonna call it that. I'm figuring out what I want to do with this as I go. I want to pause the sound stop, and what I want to do is audio and is any playing? Yeah, they're playing. I should keep track of what is making noises. I'm just gonna go and charge. So if charge 1 is playing, and this is gonna be a cop out. It's not gonna be perfect. It's gonna be like audio stop charge 1. Same thing with charge 2, because they're distinct, as in one is being made by player 1 and the other one is being played by player 2. It's a cop out. It's a cop out. I'm just gonna leave it as a hack. I'm gonna write it down as a hack. There we go. Why, hello, Mr. Developer. How you doing, Franco? Developing games, as you can see. How's the game going? Going really well. You're gonna like this. Wait, I'm stuck. There we go. You're gonna like this. The music is going on. Low pass filter to make it sound like it's muffled on pause. I really like that. You know I like this kind of stuff. But yeah. Hard projectiles, yes. We have that. Now, there we go. And we have 2 characters on cleanup already done. I, the panda, and Hip, the rabbit. We have the after images. Big fan of the after images. Suggestion from Funky. Managed to pull it off. Yeah, the heart specials are like downward projectiles. They are hard to read, not so much right now because I changed the background, but they're kind of hard to read, so I need to reassess on that background. Yes, the DJ hits are, yeah, I got them from Pixabay. And there's a orchestra hit on Final Hit. And then like the whole shader thing going on, black and white, what is it? The halftones, you know, kind of tropes I really lean into, you know how I do it. Yeah. Wait, I'm gonna go all the way back. But yeah. Halftones neat. Yeah. It's a, what is it? It's a Figma plugin. Of course it's a Figma plugin. But yeah. And I kind of stole the whole palette from Jet Set Radio and other games like that. It's again, tropey for me. Yeah, it's the aesthetic. You like, yeah, I really do. Yeah, I really dig it. So the logo, I don't know if you were when I mentioned how I did the whole shaky logo thing, or shaky assets. Remember that on Construct you can just make meshes, and for graphics, I don't know what I closed something extra, and towards the main menu here. So you can make this meshes. I'm doing it in real time and runtime, I mean. And what it's doing is just, it has a timer that every time the timer ticks, it does like a random repositioning of the points. So it does the effect of a wiggle, like kind of wiggle vision thing. That's why it shakes. It was like makes the points and moves them around. Makes it look cool. That's the same thing here. Vertex point, yeah. Vertex boiling, I've heard it get called. Oh, first time hearing about it, for sure. I know how the kids call it these days. So I need to do something about inputs on pause, because the problem is right now, where is it? This. So this is a hard fix for the noise to keep on. I'm just gonna write it off as a hack. Hack. Hard fix to stop the cymbal rolls. From playing when pausing. Because the background. There we go. And change the color text. There we go. That way I'll remember my looking at my thanks. It's looking really cool. I'm really happy how it's turning out. And the Funky's work has been great. Pencil, good old Pencil, has been doing a great job too. And the bangers are all from Entropy. They're called Entropy KK. They're amazing. It's amazing. They come up with bangers like every other day. It's like every 3 days they go, hey, I made this track. Probably it's gonna work here, and it works great everywhere. But yeah, cool stuff. So I still have like a whole week to go, and we're in a polishing state. And Pencil right now is doing roughs for the third character, the what is it? The frog called Frevo, like this guy. And Funky already knows he won't make it with the cleans for Frevo, but we're cool with that. So probably what we're gonna have is Frevo on rough and Palm on rough. And that's it. There was a fifth character, and we put her to rest. She was Jazz the cat. She's not even gonna make it to roughs or anything, because she doesn't even have like a special defined yet. And her colors are off because of the whole, post indexing numbers of the palettes. But yeah, man, I love Frevo. Bangers. Whatever happened to the project you might have joined? I don't know. Didn't turn out. Yeah, it's very JSR, the music. It's JSR, a lot of influence from all the Sega soundtracks. Also Splatoon, that's what got Entropy in. Because the pitch mentioned like Sanrio and Splatoon, so they were like, yes, I want to do that. And what is it? I still have that bug of like pause, and I want to do like pause, resume, check, button releases. This is a bad name for a function, but it's gonna do its job. What I want to do is on resume, I want to check if any of the buttons that were at first being pressed are no longer pressed. So what is it? Pause, resume, check button releases. I'm gonna fix, but it will take a while. Oh man, my PC drivers are kind of borked, and Godot, C# randomly crashes. Oh crap. Yeah. Windows 11, right? You had Windows 11. You were there, and yeah, kind of weird. So there's a like a whole pro team doing a with the Castagne framework within Godot for fighting games. The developer of that framework built up a 15-person team, and they're like have a huge ass pipeline. Like, no kidding, similar to what we did with Jump Jousts and the Jump Joust Jam. It's ridiculous. It's they're like dead center in making like a big ass fighting game in a month, and apparently they're gonna pull it off. Hopefully they will. Damn, that's amazing. Yeah, for sure. And he showed the list. Give me a minute. What was it? It was like... All right, so it's 3 programmers, 1 musician, 2 character artists, 2 concept artists, 1 animator, a generalist in that sense, 2 VFX artists, 2 environment artists, and now we have on top of that 1 UI artist and 1 additional animator that helps punctually. That's a lot of damage. That's a huge ass team, and they all walk into a bar. Yeah, exactly. They all walk into a bar, and they make a fighting game in Godot in a month. So good on them. And I want to check on something now that I mentioned this. It should be, what is it, Paul? Oof. Paul. Input. Come on. Let me do this. Oh, it's finicky. There we go. Nah, move. Wow, it's not helping at all, huh? Input polling, there we go. When am I doing this? Find, call, remove. It's an input left release. Cool. I'm gonna do this like input. Refresh. This is gonna be a weird one. I'm gonna call it recalibrate. It's a bad idea. What I wanna do is this set of functions, what they do is like they do a poll, as in they track what keys are being held and released by each player. And the pause menu generates stuff. Always, pause menus are not as trivial as one would think. And what the issue I'm having is, I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna put it on mute, just so it doesn't fill the space. And it's gonna be me. And see, I'm charging. I press pause. No hands. She's still charging because it didn't register. The release was not registered because it happened during pause, right? So I need to do something about it. The correct way would be that the input would still be registered even if the pause is being done. I'm gonna look into that, if that is a possibility I can do now, and if it doesn't involve a lot of workarounds with the code. So it's like releases are depending on the pause, which is, it's not something that I want to do, but I don't want them to react. See, I can do releases on Paul. I'm gonna do something weird here. This is not the right way to do this. I'm not gonna do the double check. I'm not gonna do this. So what I'm gonna do is the releases are not gonna be dependent on the, actually nothing should be dependent on the pause, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do an event here, and it's gonna be on match started, but not if it's paused. This is redundant, and I don't care because we're in a jam, so I'm gonna do some redundancies on weird stuff. Let's see if this works. Because if it's paused, it's gonna make weird stuff, but honestly, if you do weird stuff during pause, it's on you. So it's gonna be here. What I do is pause, release. That's an issue that that didn't want to happen. That's something I didn't want to happen. That's something I knew could have happened, and it's something that's happening, and I don't like it. So I'm gonna keep this here as intended, and I'm gonna do a weird thing with the input thing. So where was I? It was input Paul. Where's the input polling? All sheets. Where you at? So yes, it's impl out add to the poll, remove from the poll, is on poll. And then I'm gonna go function. It's gonna be input poll. It's already there. Did I write it? Recali? No, I deleted it, so it's just on memory. Input poll recalibrate. This is a bad name, but fuck it. Let's go. And the player. I don't need the player if I'm being honest. I'm just gonna go for a 4. For player 1s, with 2 players, and that's it. And what I'm gonna do is, when I wanna check if something that is in the poll is actually being held or not. And if it's not being held, then it should be like removed. So what I'm particularly interested in is left, right, and special. So I'm just gonna go with those. And it's gonna be hold, what is it? It's gonna be a tough one because it means I need to work with I need to check if input on poll, I'm gonna go loop index because we don't know if the player is, and input string is left. If it's greater than -1, this is a weird way to function this. No, greater than 0. It means that it's being held. Check for, I'm gonna write this down. Check for left, right, or oof, or special. So if I'm check for left, right, or special, if I have left, then I should check if I'm pressing the button. Maybe the poll should react without the pause menu, if I'm being honest. So is pause, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna try to do things properly. I don't think I will, because I'm doing a jam. And the is paused, there we go, is paused, where are you? There we go. So if you have a match started, well, it's not being paused. So I'm going to do exactly this without these. Why am I pressing? What? I think it's the other way around then. Each of these will add to the poll, but then ask this. I'm gonna go with that. It's not perfect, but it's not bad either. Holds are holds within this. Yes. Let's try. Let's give it a shot. So, are you being held? Yes. being released, yes. So the polling is, hello. All right, so neither of this should be asked at that point. The input is being tracked, as in being polled, but it's not being active unless the game is active. Oof. We're going hard on the abstraction here today, folks, so it's gonna be hard to explain it. You can try to be good rubber duckies. Wait, let me here. I can move stuff, and I'm still charging. This is the expected behavior as the code is right now. I'm not pressing anything, and it's still considered charging. But now, here's what I want to do. We can see the poll should be done by bits, but we're gonna do it manually. We should have a rubber duck in this game. We should have a rubber duck in this game. That's actually a good idea. We should have a rubber duck for sure. I mean, there are a lot of possibilities for new characters in the game, if you ask me, but for now, a rubber duck is in order. So, by the way, how you doing, Funky? Nice to see you here. So, Sway, okay. So, I was gonna do the log actor. There we go. And where is it? Input poll. This bad boy, I'm gonna follow it. And you see right, release, left, right. This is something that we knew about. And it's gonna keep the last one left. And it knows special. I'm holding special. Nothing's happening because I'm not in the air. I'm gonna just mute this. And what I wanna do is this relevant during pause? It is. And now that I have that, I can check once I finish the pause if I need to react to that. You follow? Because what I can do is the state charged? But the poll is showing me that there are no side inputs. Then maybe you should act as if it was released, right? That's what I'm going for. Because right now, you see, no hands, still charging. It's a common bug with pause menus and input shenanigans. But yeah, anyway. Input poll recalibrate. It's not it. This is not it. What I want to know is, I want to do it the other way around. Because the problematic states are special and charge. And now those are the ones, at least for now, I think, will be the problematic ones during a pause. So it's fam actors, variable, state. If the state is equal to, it's not going to be greater than, so it's state charge. But the input poll compared to values, functions, inputs is on poll, and the value is loop index. I need to go specific on that though, but it's 0. So first things first, I need to check on the fam actor with the variable of player equal to the loop index, because I'm doing a loop with 2 steps. Having said that, are you in a state of charge? And having said that, do you have either left and right not being pressed at the moment? If that is so, I don't know which one to release. I should know this. Huh. Interesting. Now I ran into another problem. For now, what I'm gonna do is like, okay, so it's input, and player loop index. I'm forcing a right jump here. This is not how it's supposed to be, but I just want to test it. And input recalibrate should be on pause release. Where's the pause? Pause, resume. I don't need this. This is a bad name. So it's on resume. I'm gonna go Paul. Input recalibrate. What was it? No, I'm gonna write recalibrate. It should pop up recalibrate. There we go. And I'm gonna wait because just in case it needs an extra frame. Wait 0 seconds in construct implies the wait of a single frame. It's a cop out. It's a cheat, and it works, and I like it because of that. And what I'm gonna do is, let me see. Okay. And sorry, there you go. Yes, yes. Chill. I charge. I pause. I release. I resume. There we go. It's forcing a right jump. I released left. I released left. That is weird. I can do. I have a way of fixing this. It's gonna be kind of convoluted in a way. My doubt is, I did a small tap. You can see she's not fully charged. I want to know if the charge is still going after the pause. No, it's a short hop. Good. So the way I see it is I'm gonna need. Yeah, I'm gonna do a weird thing on actors. It's gonna be actors here. So you have the input pole. Where is it? Input pole there, and you're gonna have a input last. That's it. I'm gonna use this. So and what I'm gonna do is whenever I release a last release. Last side release. I'm just gonna keep it like this. It's a cop out, but it's gonna work. Why? Because what I'm gonna do is input poll. Where is it? Where's my input poll, friend? Input poll. Take me to the function. When I remove from poll, I'm first gonna ask. This is silly, but it's gonna work. Hear me out. So the input string that you're asking is equal to either left. If it's left, or if it's right, I'm gonna give it a huge or. Then fam actors set value input last side release. Input string. There we go. Knowing this, I can do this, and I can ask which one is fam actors. It's very case by case. It's not perfect, but it's gonna get there. It's gonna get us there. So it's okay. I need fam actors value input last side. If it's left, it's one thing, and if it's right, it's another. If it's right, I'm gonna do a right, and if it's a left, I'm gonna do a left. So it's like left. There we go. Left release. Cool. So if it's not doing any of this and my state is charged, I'm good. Next, if my state is special, because this is for stuff like the floating effect for palm, and eventually like the charge special for eye. If the state is special, but special is not in the poll, as in you lifted your finger from special, this is more straightforward because there are no distinction between what side you are specialing in. So it's functions chart input. Let's go with release because there we go. Input release for player on the loop index. There we go. Not loophole, loop index. That should cover the bases. All right, I'm gonna test it with Palm actually, because it's the most problematic character for now when it comes to this kind of edge cases. All right, so I'm holding left, I'm stopping, I have no hands, so Palm should fully charge, should jump fully charged to the left when the pause menu is lifted. And that is it. Now, I'm gonna do a short hop. It's just an actual short hop. Okay. This should be a short hop to the right. No hands. It is. And now, her special works like this. I hold the key and I float. If I release, I go down. Got it? Cool. So if I'm holding, I press resume. I'm still holding. I press resume. I release. She should release too. She didn't release. That's cool. We know this now. I know what the issue is. I do know what the issue is. I bounced from a wall, and there's always a problem there. Because I changed the state to jump state. I don't think you should keep that state. Oh, sorry. It's palm. It's palm. So right now, when she bounces off a wall, she actually bounces. Maybe she should just change it to just actual jump, and that's it. Like change the state instead of floating. She lost the trail. Funny things happen on wall jumps. Anyway, she should drop now because I'm not bouncing on a wall. Yeah, that makes sense. The wall bounce is generating issues, but in the grand scheme of things, she's doing fine. So it's wall bounce. Edge case where you can do a double special. I fixed this, but I changed the state, but I do not change the stats. I might need to change the stats, so it's gonna be like, this is a cop-out, again. We're in cop-out season right now. So, set base stats. On the player, the fam actors, player. Oh, it's player UID. So no, it's not the player number, it's the UID, which is fam actors UID. There we go. All right. So with that being said, it should mean that Palm would lose the floating if she bounces off a wall. Okay, that kind of saves us from the problem. I don't know if it's a good thing for her, but for all intents and purposes, it works for us, so... So the bug is fixed, and we nerfed Palm in the way. Issue with pause, charge noises, yes. Issue with pause and resume and any buttons help. We got it. Okay. Wall texture for the side of the arenas. Yes, that's an easy fix. Key hints on first match. I was thinking about this because when you have your first match, right now the game is not showing you the inputs, and it should. But why I say on first match? Because it will get really annoying if the input hints are always on top of the screen. Can you remove them with the pause menu? Probably, but it should be made more UX friendly, as in just fade away or disappear after a couple of matches, or maybe on the after the first match. I don't know, or for the first, you know, maybe after the first couple of frags, as in hits. When it disappears is not the issue. I need to create a. I need to make the hints either way. So, and I also need to create hints for gamepad input, because right now they're all keyboard inputs when it comes to the hints. So I'm gonna start with that. I'm sorry, Jazz. You'll have your time in the limelight. Don't worry. Okay. Oh my God, this is a mess. Jesus. Take me home, country roads. Gotta do this, otherwise I overlap with the halftone thing over there. Alright, this here, this, this here. Yeah, these are lost to the seas now. I'm gonna need this, but for in-game inputs, right? So in that sense, I keep the move inputs, but I need to change the special move. And I need to add a hint for the pause menu, which is not being presented right now. Because nobody knows how to use the pause menu yet. There's no way you can tell. I'm using the P key, but nobody knows about it. Ha ha ha. So let's start with, okay, so this guy right here, I'm gonna duplicate it, clone. This is just a placeholder for a spawn point for the hints. The way I do it is the hierarchy you see here is I call it to be spawned with the hierarchy, and it will show the whole thing already made. Same thing with this weird menus you see here, this like big ass green things. These are just placeholders for the menus. One is the pause menu, the other is the end match menu. They're the closest thing to prefabs, if you're talking Unity, that Construct has. And I'm gonna copy this whole thing. It's gonna be like this. I'm gonna put it here. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm not doing keyboard remapping just yet, so it's just gonna fit fixed values here. That's it. Good afternoon! Tuning in to learn. Oh, thank you. Welcome. How you doing, Vicken? Nice to see you again. My whole mouse just went bonkers. S. Special. It's caps, or should be caps. Yeah, it should be caps. Capitalize. There you go. I don't need this. That's player one. And I need, like, what am I going to do? It's player one, gameplay. Player one hint, gameplay. There we go. This is something that I do a lot, like this silly little placeholder thingies. P2 hint gameplay. I think it's misnamed. This bad boy should be named player 2. Yeah, it's not player 1 hint 2. It's player 2 hint. And now this. They're not perfectly aligned. If you want to get nitpicky, you can tell that they're not that perfectly aligned, but you're not like that, right? There we go. So it's gonna be like this, and I need the down arrow character. So it's down arrow character, down arrow and symbol. Sure, whatever, man. I mean, I could have been shown green arrow or something, but no. Yes, there we go. I don't need this, buy. I don't need this, buy. And it's called special. And I'm gonna need another one of these. I'm gonna, oof, get out of here. Clone object. And it's gonna be clear. Oof, this is big. It's just a big ass reference. It's like pause. UI paused hint. Should be hint, UI hint, whatever. Because if we're doing like smart naming conventions, that would be smarter. But we're not smart people. We're kind of dumb, so we're gonna do it our way. And so I'm in the Game Dojo curse. Oh, cool! They keep telling us to check out other engines aside from Unity, but they haven't mentioned Construct so far. Maybe I'll do some tutorials over the weekend. I hope it has great tutorials like Unity has. It does. The problem, I'm going to switch to Spanish because it's going to be easier to explain this. If you have any doubts when it comes to Construct, I can do it in English again. But I'm going to go Spanish because we can also speak Spanish. Lo que pasa con Construct es que es pago. Entonces la versión gratis te deja hacer muy poco. Y si querés hacer cosas más elaboradas como las que estoy diciendo yo, tenés que pagar. Y eso es una cagada, porque no hay una versión de Construct barata, digámoslo así, que sea súper accesible. Está muy bueno Construct, es programación visual, y no se habla mucho exactamente por eso, porque es pago. Y eso no lo hace atractivo para la persona que está empezando, la persona que no tiene un mango con que empezar. A nosotros nos sale menos de $100 al año, pero le sacamos rédito a los 2 días, como quien dice, porque nos vale muchísimo la pena. Pero no te vale la pena pagar el equivalente de un poquito menos que la suscripción de Netflix por un motor que no conoces para intentar conocerlo a ver si te rinde para algo, ¿no? Que ese me parece que es como una de las fallas que tiene Construct en su modelo de negocios. Lo recomendaría muchísimo más si tuviese, no sé, por decirte algo, no puedes publicar algo que no sea web, o siempre vas a tener el loading screen que dice Construct, parecido a lo que hace Unity. Entiendo por qué no lo hacen también, pues son una empresa chica, pero está. Godot. La mejor opción aparte de Unity en ese sentido sería Godot, que a mí personalmente Godot está arriba de Unity. Pero si estás buscando otros motores y ver qué onda, Godot. Tírate a Godot. También es bastante visual en lo que puede hacer. No es, o sea, visual en lo que refiere al código, por más que tiene mucho más código frío. Pero los efectos es gratis. Tiene excelente comunidad, tiene excelentes tutoriales. Tírate de cabeza a Godot si tienes que elegir. Construct tiene muy buenos tutoriales y muy buena comunidad, pero el problema es que es pago. Chao. Ese es el gran problema. Y listo. Godot, yes. Strongly recommended by the teachers. Yes, go for it. Long story short, too long didn't read or too long didn't understand Spanish. I was mentioning that Construct is a paid engine, so it's not that easy to get by. And I recommended just if he's exploring other engines, they should explore Godot instead. I mean, I love it. I love using Construct. It's cheap for me and for the team and because I can get that money back real quick. In that sense, I can make my money. I can take the value of my money's worth real quick on Construct right now. That's the thing, and sadly, is one of the reasons I cannot recommend it for newcomers. It's great as a newcomer's engine, but the problem is if you want to start doing things, you gotta pay up because you have very limited options when it comes to the number of events you can add, the kind of assets you can add, the kind of exports you can do, and that's it. But yeah, if you want to go for it, go for it. Like, it's really good, but only if you're making web games. Construct is made for web games. If you're making web games, go for it for sure, because it's the less it has the less friction of any engine I've run into in the market when it comes to web games, right? That's it. But yeah, sure. I'm gonna follow up. I'm gonna continue doing what I was doing with the UI. So we need the pause menu, and it's gonna be P. It's gonna be P. And the that sounded awful. I'm gonna say that again out loud. Sorry. It's 35. 35. It's good to be cringe sometimes, kids. It makes sense that it should be smaller, but I want it to be readable, so I'm just gonna keep it big. And it's gonna be pause. I'm gonna write pause. Is this some other label? Yeah, it's the bottom label. So no, I'm gonna use this specific one. There we go. And I'm gonna write pause, and it's gonna be on 16. So the way I'm gonna do this is, here you go. So this guy, no, all of these folks are gonna be tied to this guy, hierarchy, and the same thing with all of these folks over here. So my idea is I will spawn these hints on the first few matches and then just kill him, because otherwise it's gonna get real annoying, right? Love the font, by the way. Really, the font is really cool. It's a Google font. It's Genos. It's a very cool font, and the cool thing is it has a lot of weights, as in thin, light, medium, whatever, bold, and the ones we're using in the engine is like, you can tell it's like Bob that punk. I'm using bold and I'm using black. Those are the two. This is for most of the display messaging, and I'm using this for the more readable text that it's needed. It's not perfect in that sense because it might get a little like too tight, but it's a cool font that works great for the vibe that we're going with the game. And I would rather like, yeah, it's a great fit. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. It's like this, again, Jet Set Radio kind of thing. Y2K Sega font, if you will. And I'm gonna go like this. And then I'm gonna tap this. Hierarchy, you're part of the hierarchy. There we go. And I'm gonna go like this. I mean, it's not move, it's actually charge. I'm gonna call it charge. Hope it conveys the idea, because it might be a bit unclear. Hierarchy. Boop. Everything's selected, yes, except this, and now this, because the last one selected is the one that gets the hierarchy. Okay, so with this three bad boys, I get the pause hint, I get the hint on gameplay, I get the hint on gameplay. I can go nitpicky afterwards, but I'm gonna do is I will do an event sheet, because key hints, I'm just gonna call it, and gameplay is gonna be referencing that, so it's gonna be key hints. And key hints is gonna have a global variable of hints show left. I'm just gonna call it like that. It's like, so what I'm gonna do is somehow I'm gonna start going like lowering this number, and when it hits 0, I'm just not gonna spawn the hints, and that's it. That's what I'm going for. So it's gonna be add function, key hints, show. Then I have to do the nuanced detail of if it's gamepad or keyboard. That's for another ticket. But at least for now is key hints show. This function is going to handle if it has to show. It's like number. Oof. Compare variable. Its hints show left greater than 0. Cool. And then it's going to be like key hints. Subtract. I'm just going to call it that. Subtract show. It's not very good. It's not good at all, but it's going to get the job done. Sorry. Because what I want to do is like something's going to trigger this. And whenever I want to show the key hints, I should know if I still have some shows available. And having said that, now I create the object of hints. Where is it? P1 hint gameplay is going to be on layer UI. Is it going to be on layer UI? Probably not. It shouldn't be. It should be in HUD. HUD. Let's go with HUD. And it's not going to be 0, 0. The margin is going to be like 30, 30. It's a magic number. I don't like it. So I'm going to go a local variable. It's going to pull margin 30. So I can change it fast. It's margin and margin. And I'm gonna need it to be bigger. I need the hierarchy. Yes. And what I'm gonna do is on gameplay, on start of layout, I'm gonna call key hints show. If everything works right, I should be able to see my hints on screen. Got him. It worked. I'm probably gonna move it a little bit to the side, so yeah. Key hints show. I'm gonna have two margins, so it's gonna be margin Y and margin X. Should be the other way around. There we go. Margin X is gonna be a bit more because the borders of the walls can affect readability. There we go. I can do the same thing for player 2. Hint. Let's go. Player 2 hint gameplay. And instead, I'm gonna go with the viewport right, which is where I am. Like the viewport is the playable screen. The viewport right is the right-est point of the screen, and that is going to give us subtract the margin, and I have the correct spawn point. This should appear properly on gameplay now. You can see they're not aligned, as I mentioned. Like P2 is a bit higher than the other one because that's their relative position to this bad boy. So if I do this right, like this, for example, so I'm gonna do like a silly thing. Yeah, this is gonna be silly, but I don't care. There we go. And here. Let's see how this goes. Because I tried to make it as close as possible. I should actually get the number, check it, and move things around. I don't feel like it. What am I going to tell you? I don't feel like it. See, now it makes more sense. I'm going to get it a bigger Y thing, like Y-axis positioning, and that's it. That's how you do this. This is how you do it. I skipped the character. Now 50 is too much. I can do 40. Let's do 40. 40. See? There we go. Cool. And now I'm gonna need the create object, pause, hint on layer HUD. No, wait, on the viewport mid HUD. and on Y, margin Y. This is not gonna be good. I need to add the hierarchy though. Hierarchy. This is not gonna be good, but we need to know how far down. We need to add a lot down. I'm gonna go silly and say it's like ×2. It's perhaps gonna be a lot. Yeah, it's too much. So I'm gonna do like margin, pause, and call it. It's not 40, it's not 50, let's say it's 60. So it's gonna be margin, pause. There we go. No, you know where it actually should go? It shouldn't go as an overlay, it should go on subHUD. SubHUD is a specific, it's a specific layer that works just like the HUD, but it's behind the characters and the action. That way, characters are not interrupted by this HUD. It will look as if it comes out of the walls. No, looks great. So, see that? I can go, yeah, it goes behind the characters, so it doesn't bother gameplay. You see that? Yeah, that was a good call. And the way I see it is on gameplay, when a match finishes, I will lower the number of shows for the hints. Because if, yeah. So, match end. On match end, pause is blocked, sure, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And I'm gonna do function hint subtract show. And here's what I'm gonna do. Check it out. Here's how we test this. So I do stocks1. I do this. That's one. Rematch. Damn, I wanted to do it like, I wanted to do an ace. There we go. That's two. And they're gone. That's it. I give you the hints a couple of times, and then I just remove them, and that's it. I could add them here on pause, just in case. I'm just gonna leave it at that. There's gonna be a moment UX-wise where you will not be able to see the controls anymore. So it needs to be on pause too, I think. It needs to be on pause. So key hints is, it's not gonna be here. This does not depend from this. It's like, there's gotta be another function which is like key hint check if show. This bad boy is this. And this is functions key hints show. Why am I saying this? Because key hints show, you're not. And what I'm trying to do is, yeah, I'm going to keep it like this. And when I say this, Where am I showing it again? That's key hints. Check if show. And when I do pause, I gotta hide though. I gotta have like a hiding option. Key hints, hide. What I do is I pick P1 gameplay hint, destroy. This is gonna be more convoluted. No, it's not. I don't need this. I just need to go for an action, which is gameplay, destroy, replace object, destroy. Where are you, baby? There's gonna be another one that's called pause show, but what is it? And I need to not show it if I'm playing against the CPU. So this is gonna be nuanced in here, right? And key hints hide. P tint. I'm gonna write hint so it's easier for me to find. And then I'm gonna go P pause. Sorry. So it's gonna be hint with pause hint. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's gonna be destroy. So if I had it, it's just destroy. Fuck it. We go. All right, and then I can do the check if show. Got it. So I hide them and then load them again. Should be kind of weird. And then I need this on a layer. Layer. String. Layer. That way I can print it on the pause menu, because that's what I'm looking for. I want it to be shown in the pause menu, even if you've already wasted, quote unquote, all the show options. And where am I doing this? Check if show is going to be on sub HUD. All right, this should work. Yeah, cool. Yeah, this makes sense. And yeah, so what I'm gonna do is these two must go. This, however, is Boolean is if it's versus CPU. If it's not versus CPU, then do this. So the thing is, if I'm playing against the CPU, I don't need to see what player 2 hints. That's it. That should be removed too. See, that's it. There we go. And if I go into menu, character select, somewhere around here is versus CPU. I'm using it for something. So it's an active event sheet. It's not being used anywhere? Sure, I guess. So it appears I'm gonna need a double whammy here of waiting afterwards. Oh, there's another one of these, Jesus. So it's here. And I need to ask, Boolean versus CPU, question mark? Oh, I gotta do this. This is a big one. Where is it? Character selector, no. CPU selection shouldn't be with player 2 input. Key hints on first match. This is what I'm doing right now. So versus CPU, and it's gonna be, what is it? Hint color. Oh, yeah, I do not need this if I'm not here. So the way it's gonna work, I can bring it. Why are you there? Oh, it's the other way around. If it's you're not, where are you, baby? Invert. There we go. So if you're a CPU, I got it all wrong. It's this and it's this. The icons, the asset, it's probably wrong, but there we go. Yeah. So what should happen? What probably should happen on fighting a CPU is you should be able to pick the CPU after picking your character. That's kind of like what I'm going for. I would love for that to work. If it doesn't work, I just revert it into what it used to be already. 2 players make sense that I show all the details. 1 player makes sense that I don't show him. It's like that. Credits is fine. Settings is fine. Yeah, settings is fine that it's like this. Credits, it's fine. You can press anything on credits and it goes back. Yeah, that's how it should be. This is how it should be. And yeah. Okay. I'm going to take a short break, bathroom break, and then I'm going to come back and follow up on this. Okay? See you in a bit. All right, and we are back. Okay, so we were doing the key hints for the game. You don't have them when you pick CPU. It's looking good. I wanted to show on pause now. This is what we were going for. So, sure, whatever. Makes sense that it show here. I noticed something on menu select arena. I gotta do this. This is dumb, but sure. It's like whatever. Boolean versus CPU. If it's not versus CPU, show this. There we go. There we go. And what I want to do is show it here on top. So it makes sense, right? On pause, let's go with this. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is, what is pause set, or pause show, I think I'm using. Yeah, on pause show, I need to key hints. I'm gonna hide them first. And then I'm gonna go functions key hints show on UI. No wasted time here. Let's see if this does this. But on resume, I'm gonna need to hide them again. And then ask functions key hints check if show. So this is gonna be weird. Let's see if it makes sense. So it's bam bam. They're there. They're hard to read. They're kind of hard to read. Oh, I didn't think this through. I didn't think that. I'm gonna change the color and that's it. So it makes sense. I'm gonna change the pause menu color, right? And then I'm back. Yeah, and they're in the correct layer. Sorry, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna put settings stock on 1. When I go to main, where's keyboard navigation? When I go to main menu, where's my main menu? Main. You will have a Boolean set of versus CPU false. By default, you have both keys being shown. Oof, that should have fit. I got lucky. Boom. Rematch. Pause shows. Oops. Get out of here. Get fucked. And now what should happen is the hints do not appear in game, but when I pause, they should appear. They're there. And they're gone. Let's go. And I'm getting tired of seeing that. These colors. So I'm just gonna go. Oh, it's the pause one. Sure. What color should I use? I know there's the color here for this. I'm gonna need to just give me this. This is like a middle step of the thumbnail. It turned out pretty good. I like this. This is a good color. It's like a darker version of the cool green on the background. So with this, pause Should be sort of readable. Let's go with this. I can cheat and change the color. I'm thinking if I should add an outline when they're here. It should be easy. It's just like something that you turn on and off. Where is this? Let's go. There's a whole set of things. I'm just gonna go and just effect, outline, better outline. What? Oh, I should have warped already? This looks cool. Not what I'm looking for. Delete. Outline, wrap, warp layout. That sounds cool. I need 32 samples and I need it to be white. So I'm gonna go hint. This bad boy. You gotta be white, so it's easy to contrast you. It's white and it's enabled. I'm gonna give you more width. It's gonna be 2. This is fine, but it's gonna be off. And what I'm gonna do is key hints, show, have a layer, and a boolean. No, my boy, what are you doing? A parameter. It's gonna be has outline. Lol. That's gonna be a boolean. There we go. And this is gonna be a dumb way to solve this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So for each txt input hint, txt input hint, effect enabled, where are you, baby? Enable better outline. And this only happens if the boolean has outline is on. So boolean has outline, and then you do this, and that's it. This is as dumb as it gets. And I need to find where you're being asked for. Outline is false. Outline is true. There we go. Okay, let's check it out. Boop, 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 boop. This is cool. This is cool. Let's go sway. And why P1 charge and special are not being outlined? But specifically that one is doing it. I don't know why. Do they have different names? Is this, it's input hint, it's input hint. Wow. Where am I? Keyboard hints. There we go. If it has outline, for each of these bad boys, enable the better outline. It should affect everyone, right? We agree on that? Okay. So I was just doing it for the last one. Why? Can I wait? Can I solve it with a wait? Nastiest way to solve things. I don't know why. It's just a pause. But specifically the pause. Huh. Prefabs. I mean, everybody has the same values here. Bottom label is cool. Man, that's weird. Fun times. If I comment this, will it change the color of something else? Because it looks like it's doing on the last one that draws. No, I did the whole thing for one. I mean, it's readable. It's not that readable, but it's readable. I have doubts. That's so weird. What if it's outside? Like here? But, come on. Give me something. There we go. What if it's here? Because it's out of the same scope. Probably. Mystery. I have doubts. Sure, let's go. It was a scope thing. I'm gonna make it thicker. Lol, thicker. This enable 4, and that's how I'm gonna leave it. I need it to be thick so I can read it with that whole background. I don't plan on changing that background. I'm stubborn like that. There we go. It looks good. I'm keeping it. Boop 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 boom boop 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 boom 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 boom. So who's on chat? How you doing, gang? Just let me know if you have any questions. Want to know a bit more about the game. So we have the key hints. And what else? What kind of other behavior were we looking for on first match? Yes, we know this. I have a pause. It disappears. I can read it on pause. I need to do the whole thing for CPU selection. This is gonna be weird. This is gonna be fucking weird. I'm gonna go and don't care about this right now. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it that way for now. Yeah, I'm keeping it this way for now. There's gotta be a way. Oof, I was gonna get just stomped. This is working. Colliders move around. Yes, key hints change on gamepad. AS special should have a hold release effect. Yeah. Yeah. Spawn point options to avoid insta spawn kills. Yes, jump noise. Could use variance. This is an easy win. Cause I can do audio. Where are you, baby? Here. So I can do audio and go like audio play SFX with bend. I'm just gonna call it with pitch. Play pitched SFX. This sounds cooler. So it's the audio file and the tag, but also the pitch bend. It's gonna be 0.2. Default's gonna be 0.2. I do exactly the same, but audio pitch. Now it's speed, right? It's playback rate. Yeah, it was playback rate. So playback rate is plus random minus 1 to 1 times pitch bend. And the tag is SFX tag. There you go. That way, when I say jump, first I'm gonna have to change this names, but jump underscore? No, jump. Oh, I need all event sheets, sorry. All event sheets. There you go. Yeah, and it's gonna be called player jump, actually. It's gonna be player jump. And where am I? Where's the sound? Jump. Here. I'm gonna be calling it player jump 1 and player jump 2. And I don't need this to be audio SFX, I need this to be pitch. And the pitch is this. Let's see if it works. That was an easy win if it worked. I'm gonna play in 2 players, it's gonna be easier. No, wait. I'm gonna have to add the settings in game. Okay. I need to do some normalizing with the audio in general, like leveling. Okay. Yeah, it varies. Can you hear it? Because I don't know if I lower the volume too much for the in-game music, in-game audio. Yeah. It varies. It varies enough. Yeah, that's an easy win. For sure. There we go. I can do that with a lot of noises now that I have the function. I'm just gonna leave it at that though. Key hits changed. I want to do this one, but this one is also relatively easy, but I'm not gonna do it now. CPU selection shouldn't be with P2 input. These textures are good. Frevo, twig, sandwich. I need to do the sandwich eventually. Colliders move around based on. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a big one, honestly. Where was the? Was it 5 that I used to show the colliders? I don't remember now. Yeah, it was 5. Oh, his collider gets super weird. Yeah, colliders need to change a bit. Because you should be super vulnerable in here. Like, the hurt box should be on his head. It's moving around because of the scale and not because of anything else. Is it though? Oh, I know what's going on. I know what's going on? Oh, do I not? I don't think I know what's going on, if I'm being honest. Yeah, this is something I need to check. If I want collisions to be smoother, I need to fix this. How's I? Ah, I should have used Punk Select. Colliders are here too. Cool. Oh man, her head is huge. Yeah, that I get why she was getting hit all the time. Let me try something, cause I'm gonna go hit. So all the box hit shouldn't change with this. Yeah, that's fine. And the hurt, there we go. Hurt shouldn't be on width and height. Let's see if this improves. Oh shit, I missed the whole thing. No, I'm gonna need width and height on hurt. Let's see what happens on hurt. Let's see what happens on, oh my god. Why do they move around so much? Anyway. Box hit. Transform width. Transform height. And this bad boy. We didn't hurt. There we go. You should be here. Honestly, it's just something I need to fix some other way. I'm looking at the hurt boxes. I have an idea. It's not a good one, but I have an idea. It's gonna take long. It's not gonna take like I'm probably gonna do it like starting next week, but it's not gonna be an easy fix. Grab is cool, palm is cool. They don't move, so it makes sense. Yeah, I know what's going on. The size of the character changes based on the cropped images. I'm gonna need to do something with the collision boxes and give like 2 points within each frame. It's gonna take a while, but it's not gonna take that long. Each character doesn't have that much going on for them in terms of frames. I'm gonna do an event sheet for that because it's gonna be annoying. I'm gonna start it now because I feel like I need to fix it right away. It's gonna be E call boxes. And you're gonna be part of the gameplay. Include event sheet, call boxes. So here's what I'm gonna do. Gotta check if the question, but what frame rate do you use for the animation? I'm making my own GIF and I want it to match. Right now, let me give you a minute. Give me a minute, sorry. AI. So, this is 5 frames per second. Like that's the speed it's using it right now. This is 5 frames per second. It's not like orthodox, but it works. Should be like a multiplier. It should be 6 if I'm being honest. It's like, it might be a bit too fast, but I'm gonna leave it at 5 because otherwise it'll be desynced from the line art. I can do a whole pass eventually on 6, but yeah. What I want to do with the, no, now that I opened this one, I can do this, which is, what I want to do is add a new image point It's going to be hurt A. Add another image point and hurt B. Hurt B. So what I want to do is, this is a reasoning. This is what I want to do. It's like I put this point here and I put this point here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it to all the animations for now. I don't care. They're gonna be weird. I'm gonna use these 2 points as the main diagonal points for the collision box. So I'm gonna spawn it. Right in the middle of those 2 points. And using that size for that. That way, I'm gonna go call box update. That's how I'm gonna call it. And this is gonna be, okay, so hear me out. It's gonna go on for each fam characters. Fam characters. No, it's for each. Sorry. So it's for each fam characters. And I'm gonna do functions call box update. This is gonna need the character UID, which is gonna be fam characters UID. There we go. So what I'm gonna do is, yeah, I'm gonna go ham. It's not that efficient. I want to check on something though first. Now that I'm at it, I want to know if the frame rate's doing well, how much leeway I have for this, what's going on with the GPU. Oh man, GPU is having a hard time. Well, not that bad now, but it was having a bad time. What are you doing? What are you doing? What's cooking? So it's layer, gameplay, that's giving you a hard time. CPU, it's not that bad. Draw calls might be a problem. 24, never mind. I'm just gonna try this. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. If you can follow this. First I gotta find the character, fam. Let's go, fam characters, UID. And the character UID is gonna be the one that I'm gonna pick. Cool. Now I'm gonna need fam characters hurt box, because this is the one we're testing. Hurt. This box hurt is gonna be on set. Oof, box hurt position. It's gonna be the X I'm gonna need a local variable, which is hurt mid, hurt width, hurt height, hurt X, hurt width, and hit my. This is. Just give me a minute. I need to parse what I'm thinking right now. So, okay. So set hurt. Come on. Set value. Hurt X is gonna be fam characters. Image point X with the name hurt A. Fam characters dot image point X hurt B minus. So that's going to be the X. Right. No, I need the halfway point from this. I don't know if they're relative. They're relative to what? Image point. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. I don't care. So no, if it's a midpoint, it should be an average. So 2. Same reasoning for y by same reasoning for y. It's this point plus this point over 2. Okay. Now your width is going to be the difference. Now this is going to be the height. If we're using the y, it's going to be the height. Yeah. And I'm going to copy this. And this is going to be the width. Now this is the width. There we go. Width, height, and yeah, whatever. So, give me a minute. Be right back. I need to check on something. All right, yeah, back. So I was checking a message. So box hurt is gonna go on hurt X and hurt Y, and the size is box hurt. Set size to hurt width. No, hurt width, hurt height. I don't know if this is a good idea. If I'm being honest. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. It will not show here because it's not being triggered here. Will it show here? Okay, okay. Do you see it? Do you see the vision? It's happening. The collision box is in its place. And if I need to correct it, I can correct it manually. And I'm going to do something with this voice because I need to know what they're looking at. So I'm going to go hurt. So I need to do what side they are facing. So I'm going to do a little tricky thing, which is this. And I'm going to do like a little triangle here for you know, reference sake. It doesn't make much of a difference, but I need to know. I just need to know. Hit. And if you see the vision, you understand what I'm doing. What I'm doing is being able to change the position and the scale of the hurt box. Since we're working with just one single hurt box and hit box for the characters, I can move them around every frame and it shouldn't be that demanding on the game. I'm gonna do it on debug because I want to know if I'm killing the CPU or the GPU. Yeah, it's slightly more. No, it's not. It's not that demanding. I'm facing there and I'm facing there. The idea is working. The idea is working. I think I nailed it. I think I nailed it. So I'm gonna do the same thing for the hurt box, for the hit box, sorry. And the one thing that I care about is, give me a minute, there I go. I cannot believe it worked so fast, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna add another hit. It's gonna be hit A, and another point, which is gonna be hit B. So I need fall, which is like the important one with the hitbox. Oh, I didn't sorry, no, it's like apply to all animations, apply to all animations. I don't care. Where's hit? Where's land? Sorry, fall. There we go. So this bad boy is here or here, probably here, and this bad boy is here. And now I'm gonna go apply to everything, apply to everything. On special, I'm gonna keep it where it is. On special B, I'm gonna do it like a little thing here, just super specific. And that's how it's gonna happen, because if I can do it, I don't care about this because this is off the mark. And this is how I do it. This is how we win. This is how we win, baby. And what happens if there's none? Yeah, weird things happen, I get it. Yeah, I need to do it. I need to be specific for every character, right? So then I'm gonna go, this is I, and then I'm gonna go add a new image point. The name's gonna be hurt A. And it's gonna be hurt B. Hit A and hit B. Cannot believe this was so quick to implement, if I'm being honest. Apply to all animations, apply to all animations, apply to all animations, apply to all animations. Why are you there? You should be idle. There we go. Idle is going to be the reference for the hurt. And the hurt one is going to start here and it's going to end here. Boy has a big head. Let's do something about it. Hit. I don't care. I need fall for hit. And it's going to be here and then here. I'm going to apply this to all animations, apply this to all animations. Special needs a special hit. That's too big, my boy. So I'm going to go, it's going to be shorter, but if you can land it, congratulations. That's it. Okay, what? Wait, what? Land has like a lot of land. Fall, hold. No, it's charge. Charge. Oh, has a lot of, okay, I get it. This here, can you see the pixel? I erase this and then I can crop it. There we go. Now, hurt boxes should move around as expected. Let's see if it works. Check that out. In charging, it does this weird thing. I need to fix on charge. That is fine. Oh, charge had the issue of being larger. That was giving, that's giving the problem. So, apply to all animations, apply to all animations. So now, it's in a better place. I still can do it better. I mean, I can be more nuanced here. I'm gonna leave it there. Yo, I'm very happy with this idea. I'm actually very happy with this idea. Yes! It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. This makes a lot of sense. So I'm gonna do the same for Frevo and Palm. Even though they're a single frame, I need to... This was the old way. Now die. Apply new image point. It's going to be hurt A. That explains so much of, well, the weird stuff that was going on. So he says it's going to start here and it's going to end here. Oh, man, it explains so much. And it's going to be hit. It's going to be hit A. B, and it's gonna be this big boys. There we go. Palm, I'm gonna need you to have this. It's going to be add a new image point. You're going to get hurt A, hurt B. Oh, this was a good idea. I'm actually quite happy. I'm sorry there's not a lot of you around to just see this, but it's going to be on the VOD. So I'm probably going to make some clips out of this because it's a good idea. So hurt A, her head is kind of big. It should play against her if I'm being honest. And hit is going to be those gazillion shoes. That's it. There you go. And under the same logic, we're going to do, it's going to be hit X, hit Y, hit width, and hit height. And we're going to do the same logic for this. And you're going to be hit X, you do the average point, hot B, no, hit B. Hit A, you're gonna be hit Y, and you're gonna do hit A. Come on, you can do it faster. Like hit, oof, hit B. Hit width. And hit, oof. I really want to write hot apparently. And hit height. Hit and hit. And if everything works properly, you should be able to see it. Oh, no, sorry. It's like replace object, box hurt, box hit. And you should base yourself on hit X, hit Y, hit width, and hit height. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's go. This is an important one. So the landing frame, the falling frame is the one that I'm interested in. I'm gonna go slow. Sorry. I'm gonna go slow so you can see. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I wanted. I wanted to see that frame. Same for my boy here. Sorry, not my boy, my MB here. And I need to recheck on the hurt box while falling so they don't get hit by falling in a very silly way. But the logic is there. I'm gonna punk select. I'm gonna go Frevo and Palm. And yeah, they're good. Their boxes are like stuck because it's a simple animation, just a single frame, so it makes sense. All right, collisions are improved. I'm sorry, collisions are improved. Where is it? Spawn point? No, no, no. Colliders move around based on image points. Amazing, amazing stuff. Can't believe I did it. Can't believe it worked that fast. But yeah. So having resolved that, having some more issues to pick up and fiddle around, I'm gonna do them off screen. I'm gonna cut the stream for today here. All good. Thank you for joining me. Those that are still here, those that join me across the stream. And yeah, I guess I'll see you on Monday with more adventures in polishing and bug fixing. Because the game is almost done by now. But yeah, cool stuff. Have a good one. Stay safe, and we'll see you. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.